How's she going, my son, and welcome back, or rather, welcome to Off. This game is aptly named because it is just that little bit off. I have a feeling, now I haven't played it very long, you see I have a file, but I lost my first two recordings, unfortunately. Ultimate sadness. So I gotta start over again. And this game has that, like, kind of feels like to me it was trying to be that feeling of of your first jRPG, but even for people who've played like tons of them, like myself. Or it was just meant to be weird. I don't know. So first of all, you enter your own name, but this is not the name of your character. Name is Mike. Ooh, excuse me. Yes, it is. And I am a man. Assigned to a being called The Batter. You have been assigned to a being called The Batter. The Batter has an important mission. Be sure that it's accomplished. We will let you out in Zone 0. Good luck. For more information, find the one called the Judge. Now, the game is immediately aware I'm here and is talking directly to me right away. That, again, a little bit off. You know, it's not pulling meta-narrative shit like in Undertale just yet, but, you know, the Batter's even telling me how to move himself, and he's aware of my keyboard. It's interesting. To move my body, use the arrow keys on your keyboard. To interact with the environment, use the spacebar or the enter key. I'm using ZXY, or ZXC, like in Undertale, and it seems to work too. Probably, I think this is made in Game Maker? This might be RPG Maker, I'm not sure. I mean, kind of similar anyway, but Game Maker has more flexibility. Zone 0. There cannot be any other living beings in Zone 0, so I must assume that you are only a mere figment of my imagination. Also, I'd like to apologize, I don't think I'll be able to do voice acting in this one as much, but I'll try to get inflection and emotion down as much as I see it, and as much as I can. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear illusory interlocutor. Also, there's a lot of big highfalutin language in this, so I might screw up a few words. I'm the Batter. I've been assigned to a sacred mission. It is a pleasure. However, it is not the puppet I was addressing, but the puppeteer controlling it. What is your name, dear puppeteer? His name is Mike. He can't talk to us. However, he can hear and see everything. Even though you too are but an inexistent apparition in my eyes, let it be said that I am delighted to meet you as well, dear Mike. I believe we're in need of your services. Many people are in need of my services. You know, everyone loves cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in that most insistent manner. They adore that. I'm not talking about that kind of help. I see. But what sort of service could I offer to an ectoplasmic entity? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There is no objective more laudable than yours. I accept to serve you as guide through this area, if it is of any help to you. Thanks. You'll find the Batter is very blunt. Fitting, considering his instrument of purification. A luck ticket. Also, again, the whole, like, this is that first alien experience with a jRPG if you've never played one before. The items are weird. Luck tickets are potions. There's, like, devil flesh for healing items, for, like, removing statuses and stuff. It's very bizarre. Again, it's all that little bit off. Allow me to confess that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorial being. Might you in fact be a creature of flesh and blood? I think so, yes. So I have been mistaken from the beginning. You do not even interrupt me in my deluded phantasms. This is relatively bizarre, I must say, for you are the first living being I was given a chance to encounter in this lieu. I had in fact concluded that Zone 0 was an empty land. Obviously I was misled. However, there exist other zones, and in those territories, the risk of hostile individuals attacking you in the most violent manner is quite high. Your sacred mission will likely lead you into these lands. Would you like me to teach you the art of violent confrontation? Combat tutorial? Yes. Obviously, I've done this twice before now, but I mean, just look at this battle screen. This is what all the battles have looked like to me so far, other than the color of the background being a little different. So this game is off. Again, perfect title. This here is the battle screen. As you can observe, you will find yourself placed on the right-hand side of the screen. Your opponent, however, in this case yours truly, will be located on the left, the correct place for single combat. At the beginning of combat, you will be confronted with a choice. You will have to decide whether to attack, auto, or flee. Attack naturally permits you to engage the fight in the classical fashion. If auto is your decision, the computer will make the strategic choices in your place, making you simply the spectator. Finally, Flee, as its name indicates, is the option of the coward. I dehort this alternative. But now it is time for the offense. Choose attack, select the batter, then choose attack, anew to off me with your bat. Do not utilize the auto function. The computer will not hold back, and I would take the risk of dying, taking my secrets with me to the grave. So as you can see, it's kind of like, it's very typical jRPG battle system, like there's an ATB gauge and everything. I don't know if you can see my mouse. No, not by the look of it. But they're like under the CP number there. I'm pointing at the screen as if you can see me. Under the CP number, there's a little ATP gauge, and it's the batter's turn. So, you know, wait till the turnaround's around, pick your option, stuff happens. Excellent, dear sportive companion. You must consider the fact that the batters and the enemy's levels determine the impact of your assaults. It is possible that you or your adversaries could avoid the barrage of attacks that you will throw at each other with slyness. On occasion, your cast iron will get you a critical hit, which will cause teeth to fly in heaps. But let us move on. If you are willing to, you may have noticed that when you first chose attack for the first time, after you selected the batter, a new window opened itself at the lower right-hand side of the screen. There you have the choice between 4 new options. Attack leads to a soul strike against a likewise soul adversary. Competence permits you the use of one of your special skills. Objects will grant you access to the items you are currently carrying. Finally, you have, yet again, the opportunity to flee. But remember, solely the batter is responsible for that option in his personal menu. How about trying to utilize an object? Take this luck ticket and use it on the batter's person with gratitude. And he gives you a luck ticket. As you can see, the visuals are a little jarring too, because like that attack caused like actual blood spray and everything. A little crazy. Anyway, here's the ticket on him. Go through the tutorial as I should. Apologies if you hear a bit of head scratching. I've been having just the worst scalp lately, and I mean routine showering and everything, right? I don't know what it is. Impeccable. Your mastery of battle borders on brilliancy, my friend. But there is one thing we have not yet addressed. I am of course talking about competences. They are generally, in layman's terms, special moves. They can trigger surprising effects. They may induce a resurgence of health points, or may be in and of themselves powerful attacks. Nevertheless, know this. Any use of competences leads to consumption of competence points, CP. So I ask that once you use these skills sparingly... I ask that you use these skills sparingly. Once your CP are completely consumed, it will be impossible to carry out heavy assaults. And if you happen to cross swords with a tougher opponent before being able to get some more CP, the victory will be uncertain. But try it right away anyway. Choose competence and try using the wide angle, which will allow you to analyze your enemy. Wide angle? The Judge, an odd-appearing cryptic cat. 300 hit points, 30 competence points, no weakness or resistance. You now know not only all about me, but also about the art of combat. About the wide angle, know that its analysis will always be based on the start of the battle. Thus it may accidentally analyze adversaries you have already knocked out for a long time. The confrontation ends, theoretically, when the health points of your team or all of your opponents fall to 0. Take good care of your health if you want a successful career in purification. From now on, you will be ready to crush all impure obstacles that get in your luminous mission's way. Well, supposing your intelligence is on the same level with your undeniable capability of dealing bat blows to an innocent cat. But be as it may, your training has not reached its end yet. Let me ask you to follow me if you still want me as your guide. Whoop! And he just kind of like fucking teleports up the ladder. Or cat jumps, I guess. A couple of puzzles in here. Ah, yes. To pass through here, you need to use your cerebral organ. You know, the one bathing flabbily in your tired cranium. I believe those floating blocks correspond to the symbols you can see on the wall in some way or another. Here's the one where you gotta 1, 3, 2, and 4. There we go. Little combination lock thing. Is there a problem, my dear pictorial heroes? I am not your janitor. I cannot do everything for you. Nevertheless, I dare suggest you wage activating certain ones of these strange floating blocks more than one time if required. So come, solve this intriguing puzzle for me, and quickly, if you please. I wish to rejoin the ground floor as soon as possible. So, 1, 2, and you notice how it's like not grayed out? So then it's 3, 4, 5, 6 is this one. 8 is the last one. 2 is this one again, which will gray out. And 3. There you go. Nice and easy. Aha! Finally! After all that exertion, the eagerly awaited recompense makes its entrance to the scene. Crunch nom nom crunch. He may be a weird, like, fourth dimensional being, but he's still a cat. Okay, now this is actually, I gotta try to remember the combination here. Yeah, a piece of silver flesh is, like your ethers. You know, your MP items, or in this case, CP items. 4482. So, 4482. Let's see. 8287, and then you hit the last button on the bottom. Oh crap. I thought I committed it to my my short-term memory, but I didn't. So it's 448287C. Okay. 87C, 87C, 87C. 87C. Crunch, num num crunch. Here is an accessory that is going to be especially helpful on your purifying quest, dear enlightened student and sportive friend. It is a cube, hovering in midair, as you have likely noticed. Nevertheless, you will be able to differentiate it from similar ones, by the contrast of bad taste it imposes on your view of its clashing color, defying any sensible course of plastic arts. However, do not judge it too quickly, because despite its criticizable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable use. Aside from rendering you the entirety of your health and competence points, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a lieu of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. Now I invite you to try it out, in order to discover locations more populous than this deserted land. Open your wings, my dear companion, and hurry away towards the following zones without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that will grab you. Okay. Yeah, the batter doesn't give a shit. This is what I've quickly noticed with this game. Do not worry, I too travel a lot through the different zones of the world. We will newly meet one another eventually without a doubt. Ah, by the by, take this. This object of a curious name will be the key that permits you to enter Zone 1. I have clarified that you can at any time consult your inventory and characteristics by pressing the escape key. The Leo card has been found. I'm also being able to open it with C, which is good. See if we can find that item. Leo card. Yeah, for some reason it's all grayed out at the bottom there. I guess it's just how you can't use it. And there doesn't appear to be a menu where although I can flip that. Normally, the enemy can take their turn while you're flipping through menus. You know, like real classic Final Fantasy kind of thing. So I like putting it like that so they can't. If I need a second to think, or... You know, just so I'm not penalized for game lag or whatever, you know? That kind of thing. Okay. So yeah, this is a save point. Health points and competence points completely restored. Save the game. I have to delete my first block here, that's fine. Excuse me. And, brace yourselves. This is weird. Return to the nothingness. I never went here before. I didn't even realize that was an option. It's impossible to enter. You need the adequate zone to get that card. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Zone 0. Zone 1. The game doesn't even know if this is the world map. I mean, look at that. It's confused. How screwed up this is. And yes, I noticed the whispering. I'm trying to block it out of my mind. Because it's freaky as hell. Whoop. And now we're in Green World. Or that's what it looks like anyway. My save point thingy. Train number 1 is really useful means of transport to get about Zone 1. Okay. Go to Damien. This game has a really interesting aesthetic. I think it's Art Deco? I might be wrong, I'm not an expert in this kind of thing at all, but it gives me vibes of that. Train number 2 hasn't been active for a long time. A visitor? Welcome to the smoke mines. May I know who you are? Are you an inspector? No, I'm the Batter. I've come to exterminate the impure spirits. The Batter? The impure spirits? Are you some sort of prophet? Or perhaps a man of belief? Yeah, something like that. Who sent you? Nobody. I'm being led by Mike. Ah, I don't know him. He must be a member of the superior personnel. In any case, that's good. It means our requests have been acknowledged. Here, I'm going to explain your task. And then you get these sequences, which are cool, but, like, again, off. You're at the smoke mines of Damien, the southern part of Zone 1. Here, we send workers into deep tunnels to unearth metal from the ground, freeing embedded smoke that was trapped in the depths. Thanks to a variety of tools, we are able to put some of it into bottles, which the Queen sends to the other zones. The rest of it flows free, forming the air that our lungs inhale and exhale, so we can live. As the first of 4 elements, it's an important element. Because without smoke, people would have nothing to breathe. There we are. And so, finally, how do I put this? Where are the impures? Yes, there we go. There are many specters in the mines. They are becoming more and more aggressive. But, in fact, it would be better if you didn't enter the mines, because the regulations forbid visitors to access them. So, here's what we're going to do. There's an annex tunnel that nobody ever goes to. But a miner went in there some time ago, and he saw something strange, he said. Nothing like the usual. So I thought maybe it's the chief of the specters. So, there's your task. If you accept, you'll go into the annex tunnel and kill the chief of the specters. Then the specters will disappear, and we can work properly again. There we go. Do you have any questions? No? Ah, great. Impeccable. The tunnel is right down there. I'll wait here. Well, didn't you understand? You go down into the annex tunnel and kill the chief of the specters. This way, after you're done, we can work again. It's going to be great. Soon, I'll be promoted. I'll be a supervisor in Alma. I'm anxious for that day to arrive. Yeah, promotion is important. I'm just going to take your thing out of your purple chest here. Your luck ticket. Purple. Oh, hello, Judge. How you doing? Well, well, who do we have here? Is that not Mike and his picturesque jumping jack, the Batter? Are you the Spectre's leader? Haha, no, certainly not. I am only passing through, not unlike the smoke which is being extracted from this pale and metallic place. However, I believe I know where the one you were taking for an ectoplasm can be found. To tell the truth, I am perplexed. I think it is one of those particular objects called a spherical add-on. I have very well tried to approach it, but the operation has failed systematically so far. But I am thinking, maybe you, one who does not have a physical order, will succeed in affiliating this spiritual entity to yours. I invite you to attempt to retrieve this spherical add-on, moving up and down behind my pubescent back. Boop. Add-on Alpha has joined you. Yes, that's a party member. This game. What an exceptionally intriguing phenomenon. I must admit that I remain perplexed by this unexpected metaphysical reaction. Fair enough. Since it has decided to accompany you, I know only to advise you to make the best usage possible of it. Got it. Chief of the Spectres isn't here? Sorry, but I fear I have to respond in the negative. Apart from this add-on, I have not crossed the way of a single soul in this loo. There is nothing here. This is the sort of spot that I particularly enjoy. What you are looking for is certainly located elsewhere. Okay, well, I'm about to hit my time here, although I think I need to... Oh no, I'll talk to this gentleman in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Twitter's in the description as usual. This subscription is down there as well. Off, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it is. Like, it's perfect. perfectly named, because this game is that little bit off. It's kind of it feels bog standard jRPG, but it's the window dressings and the aesthetic and like the weird terminology. Like, you know, we're not dealing with potions and ethers and like remedies and such and magic and swords and sorcery. We're playing a baseball batter that is aware that we're a player outside the game. Attacking ghosts with a baseball bat. One of our party members is just like a giant onion ring, basically. And people mine for air? This world is weird, and, you know, it's cool to explore and experiment with. I mean, I don't expect it to do the Undertale thing where, you know, every action has consequence and yada yada yada, because this came out a lot earlier, actually. Although this is a game a lot of people refer to when talking about Undertale, because it's got that similar, like, weird indie JRPG thing going for it. But, you know, thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm rambling a little bit here, so I'll cut the episode and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.